Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my channel. My name is Meg and I am a fully qualified yoga teacher, beautician and masseuse. And this is my little puppy Oakley. On this channel, I talk a lot about yoga, tips and tricks and things that you guys can follow along from home, but also some health and wellness as well. Today, I'm going to be doing a video focusing on properly warming up through the body before you practice asana. So before you do any physical yoga, it's really important that you do warm up properly because especially this time of year, I'm in England here, so it's getting really quite cold. I suffer a lot with problems with circulation. So for me and for most people, it's really, really important that you warm up properly. Because we're stretching, you want to make sure your muscles are nice and warm before you start stretching them even more. So I'm going to be doing things like rolling out the legs. I've actually been doing a little research into how professional ballet dancers warm up every day when they're training. And I've kind of taken a few ideas on board, and there's a few things I'm still learning and still trying. But yeah, basically that is what I'm going to be doing today. To do this video, I would recommend having a foam roller or a tennis ball or a ball of some sort that you can kind of use. You can get massage balls as well. Working with a good quality mat so you can properly warm up your joints. I always think as well, when you're sort of in the beginning and warming up, I always use and wear really thick socks. So I've got really, really thick socks on. And I'm also looking into buying some moon boots as well, which I've seen a lot of ballet dancers wear before they actually go into their training. So yeah, I'll let you know when I've got those. But other than that, you don't really need anything. And when you're ready, we'll get started. So the idea of this video is to kind of give you guys a bit of inspiration. You can follow along if you happen to have this, like a foam roller like I do, or doing the same with a tennis ball, or it can just give you some inspiration and some ideas to properly warm you up through the body. Like I said, currently I've been following what professional ballet dancers have been doing. I found it really interesting because I am normally freezing cold. Last year I ended up with chilblains, and just like really numb cold hands. I have a bit of Raynaud's, so my feet go like blue. I really struggle in the winter, and so when I'm recording and I've got bare feet and I'm teaching yoga, it can be really, really hard. So this year I'm going in with a completely different approach. I want to make sure that every day when I'm practicing that I'm properly warming up through the body. We're not even into like the really cold temperatures yet, and already I can feel like my toes are cold every single day, my hands are getting cold, and I'm struggling to keep warm. So I'm really, really trying as hard as I can to like keep myself nice and warm. So sometimes I'll warm up and I'll actually have like a heated blanket down as I'm warming up. So I'll kind of lay on it with loads and loads of layers, get myself really nice and warm. Hot water bottles, blankets. Like when I'm warming up in the morning, especially if it's a really cold morning, I will literally use everything that I physically can to get me nice and warm. I'll always have a hot shower in the morning as well. So I get up when I'm really hot. I'm always really warm when I wake up. I go and get in the shower and have a hot shower, which I know from a lot of wellness that they say to have cold in the morning, but my hands, my feet, they can't hack it. My feet go blue, I get chilblains. When it's in the summer, it's a bit different, but the winter, I like to make sure that I am as warm as possible, because I've really badly hurt hamstrings and pulled bad muscles that it's been so badly damaged that it's like a year's worth of damage because they've just been stretched when they're too cold. So I'm kind of taking that. That's kind of the most important thing for me. Obviously, I teach yoga pretty much every single day. I record and pop things on YouTube pretty much every single day. I am always in a position where I need to be able to stretch my body and to be able to move my body. So like my muscle health and how pulling a muscle kind of isn't really an option for me if I can help it, because it just takes so long to heal, and it means I can't teach the best of my ability, and it means I can't bring out everything that I want to bring out. Anyway, we're on a bit of a tangent, but so I get up in the morning, I'll go and have a warm shower. I'll put on fluffy socks and slippers, similar to what I'm wearing now, like long trousers. Sometimes I'll even warm up in like fluffy pajamas, and sometimes I'll even put on like an hoodie, depending on how cold it is. Like I said, sometimes I'll put like a heated blanket down on the floor so I start to get a bit warmer. Hot water bottles, I'll kind of pop them underneath my clothes just to get me nice and warm. And then I will also start to warm up, as in stretching warm up. So I've been using like tennis balls and just popping them down. I would get one, but he will literally grab it and run off with it. So I'm going to be using a foam roller. So whenever Oakley's around, this just stops him a little bit more from trying to grab it and run off with it and play with it so much. But yeah, I'll either grab a tennis ball or a foam roller. I roll out my legs, my outer thighs, especially my glutes, in with the tennis ball. Especially into there, and my lower back as well, and then I kind of move on and do mobility movements. So this will start off with rolling out. And I like to keep my warm stuff on for like as long as possible when I'm doing this. So I'll start with my calves. I've only been practicing or doing this practice because it's been getting colder here, maybe the past week or so. But the week before, like the week I came back from my holiday, because it was like 28, 29 degrees there, I didn't need to worry. And then I came back and I was like, oh my gosh, like everything feels really sore and tight. And ever since I've been doing this and changing my work, like my warm up, it has made a really big difference. And I have actually noticed everything seems to be working a little bit better. So things like foam rolling, I think I'm gonna incorporate every day, even when I'm in the summer. And I just like to kind of work wherever I find tension. And this does take a little bit of time, but I think even if you do a condensed version of this, it's still going to help you. Or even if you just do it before you do your yoga classes or follow a video, or if you're just really cold in the morning, or maybe if you have an active job, these are all things that you can kind of do just to stop you from getting hurt and just help to keep everything nice and warm and healthy before you go and exercise those muscles. Like I said, last year, I pulled my hamstring and I pulled it so badly that it didn't get better for like 3 months. And the year before that, I pulled a different muscle. I pulled the other hamstring, and that was pulled for an entire year. And I'm determined this year not to damage any muscles. Because it just makes it so much harder for me to do my job when I have pulled muscles. So for days like today, when I've got Oakley here and I can't use a tennis ball for places like under my hips and under my bum to like roll out my glutes, I will literally make a fist with my hand and use that instead. So I'm just working out pressure or any muscle tightness in my glutes. I always hate having to do my glutes because that is so painful for me. My glutes are so sensitive. And then I'll start to roll out my lower back. And then I like to melt over the foam roller, just bending into my knees, just letting my back melt into the ground over the foam roller. And then slowly come back up. From here, this is when I like to warm up like my hands and my feet a little bit more. So I try and get some like movement into my feet. If my feet are really cold, I'll rub them with my hands with the socks on. And sometimes if they're like really, really cold, which I don't like to do because it can make my chilblains get worse. But if I've got a hot water bottle, I'll place them onto the hot water bottle to try and get some heat in. But this is why I try and do things like keep the heat in my body from the moment I wake up. Because if I let myself get cold, it's really hard to warm like my toes back up again. But this is when I start to come into like more mobility and more movement through the body. So I'm going to warm up through my ankles. I like to do some ankle rolls, going one way and then going the other. Pointing and flexing the toes. And then taking the foot out to the side while it's flexed, and then doing the same while it's pointed. I have got breakdowns to pretty much all of this on my channel. This is just a quick version so you guys can see the sort of thing I end up doing. So once I have rolled everything out and then warmed up, that's when I'll then go into my stretches. So I normally, if it's a day where I'm recording all day, this is when I'll normally start to actually film, because my body's warmed up at this point, and I would normally be doing like long hold stretches anyway. So I'll tend to do a video that's like, I don't know, hamstring stretch video or something like that. So it's just a really like gentle opening video. So then I'm still stretching and I'm kind of, but at the same time, I'm kind of killing two birds with one stone, because I'm stretching out, which is what I would do next. But I'm also actually filming and recording for you guys as well. So I am now going to record ready for my next video. So yeah, this is going to be long hold stretches. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and please subscribe. I also have a donation button now down at the bottom. So if you do want to give me a donation to this channel, you'll do that there. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I look forward to practicing with you again soon. Thanks. Bye.